Eurosummer 2025 has arrived, and a popular place to visit for those summery vibes is Greece. In September 2024, I booked a group tour with TruTravels, and over the week we visited Athens, Mykonos, Chios and Santorini. Greece is one of my favourite countries, and there's so much on offer here, from historic cultural sites to amazing food, stunning scenery and secret beaches, and of course the nightlife. Because I was on a group tour, I didn't know anyone before starting this tour, so I'd be essentially travelling with strangers. However, we didn't stay strangers for very long, and if you're thinking about group travel, then I hope this video can give you some insight into what it's like. Let's begin the first full day of the tour, which includes a walking tour of Athens and a visit to the Acropolis with a local guide. This was my first time at the Acropolis and it didn't disappoint. Reporting live from the Acropolis this morning in Greece. It's so busy. We're here at 9 AM and there's still so many tourists, just like me. We just went to visit the concert area, and we all thought it was lovely and romantic, but then we found out that the guy that built it to gain a public vote back after he killed his baby mama's baby. So not so romantic in the end. It's absolutely amazing to see in person, however you can see just how busy it gets even first thing in the morning. I would recommend bringing trainers for this because the ground at points isn't paved and it's just uneven rocks on the ground. This is incredible. I can't even genuinely fathom how old these things are. It doesn't seem real that they're actually that old, which I feel like is a stupid thing to say, but it's how I feel. We came in at 9 and it is still so busy. We just had some lovely lunch at Cafe Plaka, and now we're wandering around Plaka, which is kind of just at the bottom of the Acropolis, and this is the nice souvenirs area. We've got about half an hour to just walk around, see what the shops are like. Katie needs to go and find some sunglasses, so it's really pretty around here. I saw someone with these at the Acropolis. I quite like them actually. Oh, Katie, I might have to get one. Yeah, or they've got the the armbands as well. So we've just arrived at the Parliament House, I think. We're going to go and see the changing of the guards at 1 PM. And Loz says she's not going to tell us anything until afterwards. So we're going to go into it with zero context. I don't know what's about to happen. Oh my god, look at their shoes. Oh.
Go back, please.
Oh god.
Go back, please.
Why is that lady? That was so cool. Those soldiers must be so hot in that uniform. So basically, it's the Parliament building, but right in front of it there is the tomb of the unknown soldier, because after the war a lot of Greeks were just never found. So it's a place that relatives can come and pay their respects to, and basically 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, they've got soldiers there guarding the tomb and the Parliament, and every hour on the hour they come and do the change and they pay their respects to the soldier. They just make sure that there is always someone there at the Parliament and at the tomb, which is quite cool. I didn't know any of that, and I always think it's really cool to see other countries' uniforms and what they consider to be more a bit of national dress, I guess. I don't know, they had pom-poms and stuff on their shoes, and they've got to stand there in this heat. That is a tough gig. Athens is so beautiful, and this is our only full day here, so half of me really wants to make the most of it. We've got a free afternoon now before we meet for dinner tonight, but also we've been up since 7. It's hot. Oh my god, look at this. I feel like we just walked down the street and it's all normal to the Greeks, and we're just that's stunning. So yeah, we're just gonna head back to the hotel now. The hotel's really nice. It's got a rooftop pool, which we were at yesterday, but we left it a little bit too late. It started to cool down a bit in the evening and get a bit windy. So then we're gonna head back there and then head out for dinner about 7. And then we need to have an early night tonight as well, because we're up early again tomorrow, because tomorrow is the first day of the island. We are hopping on the ferry to our first island, which is Mykonos. So I think the ferry will leave about 7:30 for the ferry. Loz says everything is on Greek time, so the ferries could take between 3 and 5 hours. Sometimes they're delayed, so they could be 5 hours. Sometimes they're on time, so they could be 3. Just kind of depends. So we'll see what that's like tomorrow. It is 8:45. We've left on time. So I'm hoping that means we get to Mykonos in 3 hours instead of 5. We're not delayed. That would be really nice. But this has been so comfortable so far. I'm going to get up and explore in a minute. There's a cafe back there, so you can get coffee, snacks. There's also like a fridge with like cold drinks and stuff. So this is pretty comfortable. There is Wi-Fi, but apparently you have to pay for it. But if you just download a show, bring a book, you'll be fine. Laws told us that we should try and sleep, but I don't know if I am actually going to get any sleep. I'm going to try, but I don't know. I don't know whether to just give up and get a coffee. We are just about to arrive into Mykonos. They've just announced for the drivers to go and get their cars and get ready, and then the foot passengers will be next. We're only about 25 minutes late, which isn't bad at all. And the trip has been so nice, so comfortable, really clean, nice toilets. And even though they said there was Wi-Fi that you had to pay for, my 4G worked like pretty much all the time. And we're rocking a little bit, but luckily I don't get too seasick. I think everyone's been fine. You only really notice it when you get up to walk, and then you're like, whoa. But it's been alright. I think we were all worried about nothing, and all the other ferries are shorter than this one. So it'll be good. I'm excited to get into Mykonos. Just got our bags. That was so stressful. There is just bags upon bags upon bags. Nobody can get their bags. Loz was on a mission. But we're here. We're good. Good morning, everyone. Last night we went to the beach party at Paradise Beach Resort, which started at 4. And we were out till about 11 at the beach party. And it was really fun. And this morning we have got up. It's not really early, it's 10:30. We've just had our breakfast, which is included in the hotel. And we've come down to walk to the beach and just explore a little bit. I'm trying to not get touched by the waves, but they're coming in closer and closer. It's so beautiful here. We're here for 2 nights. I kind of wish we were here for a bit longer, but this afternoon we're going to head into actual, like the town of Mykonos, the old town. You see some of those sites. Some of the girls are spending this morning sunbathing. The sunbeds are costing €30, which I think is quite steep. So me and Katie might just bring our towels down and find, there's like a tiny spot where you can put a towel down and it's not a sunbed, so we might do that. We've just walked along the beach up these steps and look at this viewpoint. This is so stunning, and there's even some more up there, but people are walking along the rocks and that makes me a little bit nervous. We have taken our transfer from Paradise Beach and we've made our way into Mykonos Old Town. Oh my god, it's a lot busier here, but it looks so pretty. We're gonna mooch around town, see some points, and then we've got a dinner at 5. We've just walked through Little Venice, named after Venice in Italy, because the water comes right up to the front of the buildings and you can sit and enjoy the view, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now we're on our way to the oldest bakery on the island. This is Giora's Pastry Cafe, which is the oldest wood-fire bakery in Greece, and apparently they once supplied bread to Napoleon's troops during the Napoleonic Wars. There is so much on offer here and I found it really hard to choose, but I hadn't had any baklava yet on my trip, so went for a slice of that. Baklava is a layered pastry dessert made of phyllo pastry, filled with chopped nuts and sweetened with syrup or honey. After our treats, we decided to head to a sunset viewpoint. We've come to the windmills for sunset. It's really busy, but it's super cool, super cute. Imagine being a Greek cat and watching a sunset every night. This is definitely the iconic Instagram spot for Mykonos, but to be fair, it is gorgeous. Mykonos is undoubtedly busy and expensive, and we could see all the cruises coming in, so even though it is beautiful, it's not my favourite island we visited. The next morning we hopped on a ferry over to Ios and had a boat trip to the surrounding beaches and caves to swim and relax. I got my baguette. I got my prosecco. Happy days. We've come back from our boat trip. We had 25 minutes to dump our stuff, turn it around, get a taxi back into the old town. Now we are legging up to the church at the top to the viewpoint and hopefully catch this sunset before it goes down, but we need to get a move on. Ios is so hilly and there were so many steps when we'd already been rushing to catch the sunset after the boat tour. However, this viewpoint I think was my favourite from the whole trip, and the sun setting over the islands was just amazing. Walk. Look at my face. This is like the PP viewpoint in Thailand. This is the same face that I had for the PP viewpoint, but we made it to the top. There's a little church. Very cute. It is gorgeous. You've got like 180 degree views of Ios when the sun is setting and you can see the islands in the distance. This is way better than the sunset in Mykonos. Good morning everyone, looking super shiny this morning, but we are packing up our stuff this morning and leaving Ios, and we're getting on our last ferry, which is to Santorini. It's about an hour and a half again, it shouldn't be too long. Fingers crossed we go 3 for 3 with not being delayed on our ferries. Super sad to be leaving Ios. I kind of wish we had one more day here just to explore and chill a bit more. The accommodation has been beautiful and the old town is gorgeous as well. Definitely prefer it to Mykonos, but the hills that you have to climb and the steps that you have to climb, oh, just make sure you go to the gym before you come to Ios. I'm super excited for Santorini. I think it might be a bit of a shock with the people and the like Insta versus reality, but I've been before for a day on a cruise, so I know how gorgeous it is. Can't wait to go back and see what it's all about. We're going for a wine tasting this evening as well, so I'll bring you guys along. We are in Santorini, baby. We've just come to the winery that we're at this evening. We tried 4 glasses of wine. One was a white, one was a rosé, one was a red, and one was a dessert. And they're special in Santorini, and it's one of the main things that they make money from here, because the grapes are actually grown underneath the soil in the dirt, and obviously the dirt in Santorini is volcanic, so that gives it like a more distinctive flavour and taste, which is really cool. I didn't even know that it was possible for grapes to grow underground, and it's too hot for them to grow above ground anyway. And the wines were actually really good. I don't really drink wine that much, don't really like it that much. The odd one maybe if it's like fruity, but these were really nice. And we just got to go and see the cellars and where the wine is made, and then we went out to the vineyard and we got some cute pictures in the vineyard with the mountains behind us. So that is us wrapping up at wine tasting. Next up we are going to head to our next place, which I believe is for dinner, and there's a really nice view there of the sunset, so we're probably going to get some more pictures there and have a lovely dinner. So yeah, a lovely first day in Santorini. We have arrived to Fira. It is beautiful. Tonight we're in Fira and tomorrow we're going to Oya. Yeah, there's another steep hill. I thought I was in shape before Greece, but apparently all those zeros have made that impossible. Oh look. We sat and had some drinks at a rooftop bar whilst watching the sunset and got our chance to take some nice photos. I've been to Santorini before, but this view is incredible every time. There's a reason it's so popular. That night we headed out to a Scottish bar on the island. I didn't even know there was a Scottish bar in Santorini, but highly recommend. The next morning we took it slow at the local black sand beach, which was also my first ever time seeing black sand, and watched the sunset from a viewpoint in Ia. We've just come to this sunset spot with 200 of our closest friends, and we've all picked up little like cheesecakes ready to eat and watch the sunset. Woo! So we watched the sunset from that spot. It was so beautiful. I'm not talking to you, Paula.
I was like, I was there.
Yeah. You're just like, yeah. And now we are just walking around Ia, the streets, hopping into some of the shops and seeing what there is. It's so cute here. But oh my god, everything is so expensive. I saw the top that I liked in Athens, and in Athens it was 17 euros, and here they're charging 26 euros. So if you're starting in Athens, do your shopping in Athens. We are here at Santorini airport. It is sadly the end of the trip, but luckily I've got some friends with me to wait with, except Loz, our tour guide. Can you tell us about your seat number?
So on the seat number, it actually says 0. Unfortunately for me, that means that I do not have a seat on the flight. So we're just waiting, seeing what happens. Am I going to stay in Santorini? Am I going to fly the plane? so many options, honestly.
They've overbooked Flaws on her flight. So the guys have a flight an hour before me, so I'm staying, so I will get to see if Flaws gets onto her flight or not. But this has been such a good trip, and I'm going to wrap it up here, and I can't believe it's come to an end. Technically 9 days. I don't think it was 9 days because last day is check out and first day check in. But it's been so fast and so good, and we've made so many good memories, and everyone in the group has been lovely. And if you are ever in doubt about doing a group trip, you know how much I love them. So book your group trip.